Okay, today we're going to cover the 5 white-collar jobs that are already gone in 2026. And things are really heating up. This is going to be something that you really need to pay attention to, and it's not getting better. There are tons more layoffs on the way. You're going to find out by watching this video if your job is at risk. We're also going to preview a few more of the jobs that are at risk and answer some questions you might have. You want to stay up to date with this. I really hope no one that's watching this got laid off, but if you are, maybe you can find some insights in what's next. And this really does interest me because I said before, my marketing job is done. And if you have a job right now and you're not focused on this, then you should be, and you should be wondering what's around the corner for your industry. You should be doing the research that I've done for you right now and just trying to figure out what could be next for you, because video editors, I know that's a big one too, that AI is really creeping into that space. Should you be afraid? Watch this to find out. Okay, last quarter, 113,000 tech workers got laid off. Goldman Sachs says AI is now displacing roughly 16,000 American jobs every single month, on track to hit 22 to 28,000 a month by the end of 2026. But the most famous AI customer service story, Klarna, replacing 700 agents, actually did get reversed. So some people are even hiring humans back. So which jobs are actually gone? I went through the BLS data, the corporate disclosures, yes, with my AI assistant, the earnings calls. Here are 5 specific white collar roles where the displacement is real, who's getting hit and what's replacing them. Buckle up, everyone. Hopefully this is not you. So here's what's going to happen now. The call center reps jobs, number 1, basically 2.8 million call workers probably saw this coming. The median pay is 36,000 to 42,000. Where are they going to go? They're obviously getting replaced by robots. 40 to 45% turnover annually. It's already high turnover, some 60% in some high stress sectors. 14 to 15 months, about a year and a half. Basically, there's going to be 341,700 annual openings, but replaced, not growing, right? So basically, Claude was deployed across 276,000 employees. First line customer service was the pilot announced in May. That's KPMG. Macquarie Bank, that's MACQARIE Bank, 130,000 productivity hours absorbed in 7 months with one AI tool. It is not telling us who it is. Klarna's reversal. They avoided hiring 700 agents in 24, then reversed in 2025 due to hallucinations and drops in complex tickets. Saved 60 million, but reintroduced humans. 60 million, that's a lot. And anyways, so they're replacing with Intercom, Fin, Zendesk AI, Salesforce Einstein, Claude Enterprise. The real story is the mass firings haven't hit yet, but hiring pipeline is closing. So the pipeline for hiring is closing, mass firing gone. Entry level pathways are being eliminated quietly. Yes, quietly. I wonder what's going on. Indeed, it just might be you just harder, right? You know what happens is they never call you back, so people are probably still applying to these jobs and not actually getting them or not getting called back. It's just very interesting to have that situation. You might want to make another resume if this is you. Junior copywriters. Okay, that's good. That's a big one. Junior, because junior copywriters, they're doing a lot of stuff that they're not making the decisions. I will say a good copywriter is not going to get beat by the bot, but depends on how much copy you're making, right? If you're writing 20 pages, which I was working with copywriters at my last job, 20 pages is a lot different, right? So that's going to get substituted by AI. So anyways, what companies are these on? Of course, they're getting replaced by ChatGPT, Claude, Jasper, Copy AI, Anthropic, Claude, and agency workflows. I cannot stand the way that these AI tools write copy. It's rough, but the numbers work. Maybe it's more efficient. Maybe they can get more done. Maybe they can test more headlines, right? But you still need a senior copywriter to kind of snipe the ones that are going to work. Average pay, 48K to 55K a year, 135,000 in the US. So yeah, it's pretty simple for a company with the math there. The seniors are still safe. That's what my report is giving me, but the entry level is gone. The career ladder just lost its bottom rung. Very interesting if you are in writing or copywriting. Obviously, we saw that coming. Brand strategy, developing your voice, high stakes campaigns, can't trust a robot. Anyone who can sell a creative direction in a room. So if you're in copy and you're just chugging away at typing, can you figure out how to use AI to work for you? You better start now. Data annotators, a big one. I used to do data annotation a while ago. One of my first jobs, I worked for the city of Memphis, Tennessee, basically taking scan files, importing it into their database to run gas lines. That is completely gone because obviously you can just take a photo and the AI can read it. But that's really big for efficiency on the internet. Who wants to sit there and type that shit in? If you're a data annotator, I don't know what you're going to do next, but let's just go through some of the numbers. 14% of staff scale AI. They cut 500 global contractors contracting for that job. You just need to be able to just type stuff in. So, that would actually be a simple job to have. This maybe is a side job for some people. Looks like Meta's 14 billion scale AI investment was the one that created the conflicts. The data annotation market, however, is growing and its demand is going to go up. You would probably need that for AI hallucinations, click in images, tagging content. This is all getting absorbed by AI, self-labeling and synthetic data. Anything you needed to just check a box on the internet, thank God, is getting basically replaced by AI. But specialized stuff, medical, legal, all these areas where you need all that is not getting replaced. So you got to look at this as a double-edged sword. It's really interesting to look into this, who's losing their job and who's gaining their job. It's almost if they're cutting, they still need good people, right? Hopefully some people got a raise, or they just were told they weren't good enough. All right, junior paralegals. Okay, so that's going to be 367,220 that are currently employed. The salary is 50,000 to 58,000. The unemployment is 1.9%. The tightest talent market in the legal profession right now. Deployment heavy AI, case text, Bloomberg Law AI moved from pilots to firm-wide deployment across global firms. Top 10 big law firm did a massive layoff in February, and it was all AI driven. That's what's being reported. All right, after that, basically what the real story is, total legal services jobs grew last to $1.237 million, added 20,800 jobs year over year. So you're seeing this headline, the mass firings haven't happened yet. What's happening is the entry-level roles being hollowed out. So anyways, say to the end for the pivots of jobs, or skip to the end, whichever one you want to do. I'm working out my assistant kinks, but it didn't give me the pivot. It's giving me these terrible bullets, and so I've got to fix all that. But I'm going to give you at the end is going to get the pivot to these. So, okay, who survives in the paralegal? Relationship work, court appearances, AI validation, case strategy, partner track, judgment. Yeah, that's interesting to look at, but they're thinning out the middle, right? There's people that are getting paid a lot that are doing the work, but maybe not quite that valuable, which is a rough place to be if you're trying to build your career right now. Might just end up being in DoorDash for a little while. Okay, internal IT help desk. These are your ticket support. 860,000 employed. I used to do this job. 48K to 55K a year. Companies buying other companies. ServiceNow acquired Moveworks. They lost their autonomous workforce. These guys are just launching these companies and just say, hey, look, this is IT, right? They've been developing these AI things for a while. You got to see that these tech jobs are going to be first for the areas of replacement. Microsoft research, 8 million US workers' roles will be affected by agentic AI agents. Cisco called it out. We already talked about that in a different video. If you're not on the auto channel, get on it. We're doing auto and personal news here. I'm the person telling it to you. The auto might be a little more B-roll. Survives complex. So what survives? Complex engineering, security, incident response, hardware troubleshooting, anything physical. So the way the IT help desk works, I don't know if, but there's an error in a system, the IT department hears about it. It gets sent in through a ticket that's entirely digital, automated, goes to the right person that can fix it. You can add notes, etc, etc. It's pretty old practice. It's in a lot of the big companies, definitely fat that's getting trimmed. So basically, here's what the pivot is for these roles. We went over call center reps, we went over junior copywriters, data annotators, junior paralegals, IT help desks. Here's where you're all going to pivot. Hopefully, call center is going to go up the value chain. That doesn't work for everyone. You're going to handle the AI that's handling the job. You're going to be able to program that to improve. The human touch is very important. Specialties we already mentioned: medical, legal, financial services, needs human judgment. AI can't be fully automatic yet. Prompt operator, that's going to train the bot, just like we said. That's what you want. Just start building your skills now. Start trying to replace yourself now with AI. B2B sales, outbound relationship work. You need to have a person in the room. So again, I already mentioned that is going to be one that sticks around. Junior copywriters, yeah, AI augmented senior copywriter. That's obviously where you want to go. You need to start using AI as your superpower tool and to improve your craft ASAP. Brand strategist, we talked about that. Just figure out how to convert shit. AI is not going to drive conversions, and you need to know how to convert. If you know how to convert, you're good. And then, of course, you can just write copy for your own business, work for yourself. AI does the heavy lifting. AI is fully infiltrated. That's why it infiltrated most marketing, data annotators, specialized medical imaging, legal contracts, these things that just can't have AI do that 100% if it makes errors. Training your AI, and then just an expert in your subject. So you want to be kind of niched down. Junior paralegals, legal ops is where you want to go. Basically, it's a new role. Specialized practice areas: immigration, family law, criminal defense. Family law, that's always going to be there. Anything requiring human relationships. Tech sales, there you go. You're going to go to tech sales if you're in a paralegal. Help firms deploy AI tools that replace your old role. So funny that AI is saying these things. I'd love to hear what people are actually able to do. There's definitely parallel or perpendicular career paths that you can choose. IT help desk, you're going to just kind of go to more complex things. And this is how it should work, right? You should be able to handle these. The reason people are handling these and not robots is because you just need the manpower, the time to use your hands. That's what you need, right? So everything is becoming more efficient is a take I'm getting out of this. Network, cloud engineering, infrastructure. AI can't run that autonomously. So yeah, you got your old desktop server setups, but the kind of more automatic, but the cloud is where you're going to go now. From help desk, small businesses. Yeah, it might just be one of those things where IT is going to go to small businesses and suck that up. That makes sense. That makes sense because everyone's going to have more data. So that makes a lot of sense for what's going to happen next. Look, so this is the framework for the pivot. It's up the value chain. And again, I see if you're not laid off going up, like a lot of people are going to be lying on their resume and just saying they now know how to use AI because AI took their job, right? But you're going to have to learn to use AI to go up the value chain. Otherwise, you're getting cut across, which is to a different specialization that uses your skills. That's going to always be available in white collar. Adjacent to AI ops, just definitely growing. And then out to ownership. Yeah, so entrepreneurs definitely seeming like they're going to grow from this. So yeah, if any job that has a process, support, routine, you're on the list, right? So you're not stuck. You just need to figure out what your lane is. 300K to 500K white collar professionals, positioned, absorbed, or hiring frozen over the next 24 months. Goldman Sachs forecasts this rate's going to double. Yeah, so the roles that survive require taste, relationships, judgments, physical presence. Even more important to niche down. So if you're not really trying to specialize, you kind of want to maybe pick up a book and follow some professionals in your field, get some coffee conversations on LinkedIn going right now. That's a good thing. And so the mass firings haven't hit. The numbers look big, but as we can see, the pipeline is breaking and fewer entry level openings. I wonder what college kids are doing that didn't learn AI. If you're working just out of college and you're not working in your career, you can use AI to get into your career, but you can't be a slave to it. So that's really interesting how that's working out. Here's what the next 5 are, and I'd be interested to see who you think is going to be hit next by this wave, because it is a wave. Junior software developers, entry-level coding, done. Copilot, Claude, all done. Phone's calling, just read that. Bookkeepers and clerks, Intuit cut a bunch of things. Anyone with books, that's something. You might have a secret society for bookkeepers coming up. They're gonna have to build walls around their books because books are going. I had that thought the other day. Translators and interpreters, that's probably still going to grow, but yeah, the real-time translation built into this stuff, like if you're doing a corporate translation for a conference, there's going to be real-time stuff there. That's an interesting one. Junior financial analysts, yeah, that's going to be interesting how that works, because the bots are going to start competing with bots. So how do you become a really good financial analyst? You better do your study and use AI to figure out how to beat AI. Recruiters and HR, yeah, that's fair. That's definitely going to be one of them. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. Definitely went deep there, and I hope it was fun. Not really worried about the quality here. If you're getting this message, subscribe, share the word. These are things you got to be educated about. That's why I'm talking about them. Who knows what I'll do next, but any topics you want to hear more about, I've got a research brain operating for me, so I'm going to be able to tell you exactly what's going to happen to your job soon, because I'm obviously unemployed and I need this YouTube to survive. So unfortunately, maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel. Let me know if you need help with that. Anyways, I am out. Talk to you later.